Here on Morning at NTV as we continue on the discussions for the day. Now, Chris was having a discussion on climate financing, and we're going to have another discussion on another form of climate that we enjoy here in Uganda, and that is alcohol. People here in Uganda brew it, drink it as a social event, as a way of keeping in touch, keeping relations, friendships. Different communities, especially east of Uganda, brew alcohol as a way of keeping communities together. These are some of the things that came out as customs and cultures to keep numbers together and keep families and homesteads together post different civil wars that the country did go through. And so alcohol is embedded in who we are as Uganda. However, with the recently raised bill on the floor of Parliament through the Honorable Minister Sarah Opendi, she did bring a bill that is considered the Uganda Alcohol Control Bill 2023, which seeks to control the consumption of alcohol, regulate the distribution of alcohol, among other things. Now, of course, it's affecting so many industries. You do have the manufacturers industry that has come out to say, no, this is not going to help us, and therefore they are opposing the bill. You do have the business industry, the sector has also come out to say, no, there is another way we can find a solution to this than going through such a bill controlling people's intakes of alcohol. Another industry that is automatically affected, of course, it is the industry of entertainment. My name is Priscilla Regina Naloge, and welcome to On Ground Discussions. Now we're going to get the views of one who is embedded in the entertainment world for us here in Uganda, and with his many years of experience having participated in different elements of the entertainment sector. Of course, we cannot go without the fact that there's got to be a drink on the table. It's an empty glass, but I am joined by Mr. Sendi here to talk to us about his opinion regarding the Alcohol Control Bill 2023 and how it could potentially affect the industry of entertainment. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Priscilla. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
To the viewers out there who might not know, I like Priscilla because of the fact that we are from the same clan. I don't know her age, but I know she's either my sister or she's my daughter, by virtue of being Narog, and it gives me a lot of pleasure whenever I see you, and I can't wait when you are the biggest face on NTV.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sandy, for that vote of confidence.
This is a souvenir. Yeah. A niece of mine brought this for me when she traveled to Paris. So it's not that I drink during working hours.
Now, speaking of working hours, one of the things in that bill do give regulation to when people should drink in Uganda, and it is proposing that drinking time should be between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. on working days. It's stretched up to midnight on weekends. So what do you think of that consideration?
I think the mover of that bill has got a medical condition that needs immediate attention, and it is called nothing to do. You know, a lot of people in our country, especially, and with respect to those who are serious, but a lot of members of parliament suffer from nothing to do. One, statistics show that Uganda is not among the top 10 most alcohol-consuming countries in the world. Zimbabwe is the leading company in alcohol consumption in the world, according to statistics. Uganda comes in at number 17, which is far way below. Two, trends have changed. We have people who work 7 p.m. to midnight, or who work at night, and during the day, that is their off time. People leave work at 8 in the morning. As you are rushing into town, somebody is leaving office. Now, this person can only afford a drink immediately after work, and then go to sleep during the day, to go to office at 5 or 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening. Now, where does that leave such a person? Two, I think the government, through all its arms, should walk the talk. Government is talking about broadening the tax base, trying to find means of getting money into the government coffers so that we can get services. We are all crying about schools with no benches. We are crying about hospitals with no drugs. We are crying about Nakauka Road not being worked upon. And then at the same time, one of the arms of government is strangling the tax base. Three, there is a big problem with unemployment. I would be very glad if NTV can do thorough research and come up with a report on the levels of unemployment in the country. One of the biggest sources of employment is alcohol, because directly, indirectly, as a catalyst, alcohol plays a part. It goes to so many sectors: transport, entertainment, casual labor. It goes to farming, okay, hospitality. A hotel can't survive without alcohol. A bar can't survive without alcohol. Think about the farmers of sorghum in eastern Uganda, okay? Think about the cassava growers who are working with UBL to produce ngule. It comes out of cassava. Think about, I've talked about sorghum, that is Senator and I've forgotten the other brand, okay? All these are people surviving entirely on consumption. Now, think about the mechanics, the petrol stations. A whole lot of people survive on alcohol. Now, when you come out and try to put this down, where are people going to go? What are they going to do? People need employment. Now, I know you will always have people talking about morality and all that, but we have to weigh. And good enough that bill is being pushed by a lady. They should know that a lot of people will become poor, and when people are poor, there's going to be a rise in domestic violence, because a poor man quickly gets angry.
Well, Mr. Sendi, one of the arguments has been the reverse of what you're saying, that because many communities, all they do is sit down and drink all day, they're going to be very abusive towards their families. That's one. Two, they're not going to be going to fend for their families in terms of working to be able to feed their families, take their children to school, and cater to all the other basic needs of life, such as health and shelter for that matter. And so with this control of alcohol consumption, the argument is that then this person who's supposed to be the provider of the family will then have time, or will be forced to go and fend for their family and cater to the children and therefore the future of the country.
To the contrary, the only problem we have in our society is that sad news travels faster. Okay? I'm not running away from the topic, but I'll give you an example. If one soldier gets a misunderstanding with the wife or a girlfriend and shoots that wife and commits suicide thereafter, it will spread like bushfire, and it will make you think that all soldiers are doing one thing, killing their wives. But this can be one incident in 3 years.
Yeah, but for example, Mr. Sendi, here at NTV we've done more than 3 stories so far in just these 2 months, where you've had the same caliber of people having misunderstandings over a drink, and someone has ended up losing their life. So where's the line of morality there?
but have you thought about how many people drink every day and get on to do their work peacefully? Really, let's try to put it this way. You have 45 million Ugandans, okay? And let's say 30 are adults, okay? So they can take alcohol. Take off 10 million people. They are born again, they have health conditions that don't allow them to drink, or they can't afford. Now, you have a population of 20 million people drinking, and you have, let's escalate it, you have 10 incidences of people becoming violent because of alcohol. Really, can you call that a problem? You have 19,990,000 people on one side, and you have 10 people, so you are using the 10 against 19 million to say that there is a problem? Please, members of parliament and the government and the executive, this is not an issue that's worth any minute.
Okay. The other element, one of the seconders, also an MP, and is a doctor, Dr. Kamara Nicholas, has come out to second this bill, stating that there's so many cases or increased cases of people who are having diseases related to alcohol consumption, kidney failures, liver failures, and so people are losing their lives because they can't control how much they take in. Recently, last weekend, we buried, someone that I know because of the very same issue. Them not having the self-control. Maybe government should help them control how much they take in. And so that's where the bill comes in to save the day, right?
You should be very careful and not act impulsively, or please, lawmakers, you should think with your brains, not your hearts. Because I respect people who can everything. His research, is his information research-based, or it is just emotional? Can he publish a paper and give us all the statistics that is based his allegations on? And yes, the few incidents that have happened, are they worth being put on the same scale as the effect that when you stop people from drinking, has he thought about repercussions? Do you know do you know how many people die, or how many people will die because of unemployment? We already have a challenge. One, we don't have jobs. Two, technology is killing jobs. Now, the alcohol industry is one of the few sectors that still needs human labor, okay? In the farms, we still need labor. The truck drivers, we need labor. The car laborers, we need labor. The waiters and waitresses, we need labor. The technicians that repair hotels and bars and stuff after people have had a drink needs labor. The cleaners needs labor. You know, the entertainers that work in bars, okay, all that is labor. Have the movers of this bill done some research to look at people that are relying on the industry? Our economy, there is more money which comes into the economy at night. Okay, there's a lot of money. I would want people like National Planning Authority, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, to help Honorable Saro Pendi, okay, to understand what the effects of what she's doing vis-a-vis the small pockets of incidences that are being quoted here and there because somebody fought with a wife or because somebody is busy in Chibuli drinking ajoni all the time. And when you do the statistics, it's a question of about 100 people. Now you want to kill employment of over 15 million Ugandans just because you see 100 men in either Namwong or wherever.
Your boss is about to even change the statistics that you're talking about. But nevertheless, as we wind up this conversation, we want to find out from you what would be your recommendations at the end of the day to be able to somehow align with what they are seeing as wanting to control people's intake of alcohol without necessarily making it a bill, however, supporting the different sectors and industries while at the same time also controlling how much people take in.
We are not taking alcohol to such levels that warrant a bill. And the consumption that is being talked about is so small to cause alarm. The energy that Honorable Sarah Opendi is putting in this bill is better diverted to other more burning issues. Okay?
When you say burning issues, what would be the most burning issue for you right now?
One of the most burning issues right now is seeing a foreigner operating a kiosk. We have refugees, Eritreans, Somalis, Sudanese running corner shops, a business that would be entirely for Ugandans. We have Chinese who have come here to work who have come in the country as investors, driving trucks, okay, delivering goods to their shops and outlets in the city center. This is denying Ugandans employment. Okay? We have Indians running shops. Okay? We have multinational companies competing against, let me go to the construction sector.
Well, our time is first spent, Mr. Sandy. Yes.
So let her put her energies in helping Ugandans get more jobs than trying to kill jobs, the few jobs that Ugandans have.
Well, you've heard it from the horse's mouth, Mr. Sandy, there, of course, speaking on behalf of the entertainment industry and saying, one, let's not kill the employment. Let's find alternatives on enhancing employment in Uganda. But also, given the fact that in this very same bill, there's consideration of how do they get to mix some of these low-grade alcohols that are in the market, the gins, the tontos, the ones that are in the small pints, who gets to regulate them? Those are some of the things that are also under this alcohol control bill. But we, of course, he has talked about research. That is very important, to have an informed mind in order to make an informed decision, is where we know that Honorable Sarah Opendi and the team are at right now before they can return to Parliament in response of the many questions of Ugandans such as Mr. Sandy. That brings us to the end of On Ground and, of course, overall Morning at NTV. The final bend of February 2024 is coming to an end. Wish you nothing but the very best in the new month. On behalf of Chris Igeni and myself, Priscilla Regina Naloga, have a good day.